Hi everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'll be solving another data manipulation problem using Pandas article views from number 1148. I solved this problem using MySQL in the SQL 50 series. This time we'll be solving this using Pandas. Let's take a look at the prompt statement. We are given a table called views. This table has 4 columns: article ID, author ID, viewer ID, and view date. There is no primary key for this table. The table may have duplicate rows. Each row of this table indicates that some viewer viewed an article on some date. Note that equal author ID and viewer ID indicate the same person. And our task is to find all the authors that viewed at least one of their own articles. Return a result table sorted by ID in ascending order. Here's the example. In the views table, for article ID 1, the author ID is number 3 and viewer ID is number 5. Article number 1, author number 3 and viewer ID number 6. For article ID number 2, author ID is number 7 and the viewer ID is number 7. So for this article number 2, the author viewed his or her own article, right? Because author ID is equal to viewer ID. For article number 4, author ID number 7. So same author as the article number 2. So this author viewed at least one of their own articles. And for article ID number 3, author ID number 4 also viewed his or her own article on the same date. So these are 2 duplicated rows. And in the output, we should print the ID of the authors. We print the author ID that viewed at least one of their own article, which are number 4 and 7, and we sort it by ID in ascending order, 4 and 7. Right, so let's solve this problem. So I'm going to create a data frame, and in this data frame, it will have all the columns in views table where the values in author ID. So we are going to access the author ID column where the values in the author ID are equal to the values in viewer ID, meaning the author is also the viewer of the article. So we're accessing the viewer ID column as well, viewer ID. So in this data frame, I think I have extra square bracket. Okay, so if I print this data frame, you'll see that I'll have a table that has article ID, author ID, where the author equal to viewer ID and view date. Let's print this. Views. Alright, as you can see here, I have the article ID number 233. These are 2 duplicated rows. Author ID number 7 and 4. Viewer ID also 7 and 4 here, and view date. Alright, so I'm going to return this data frame. We are going to drop the duplicates and then change the column name from author ID to ID, and we sort it in ascending order by ID. So I'm going to return. In here, we need to have a double square bracket, and in order to return a table. So in here, we're going to drop duplicate. After drop the duplicate, we are going to rename from author ID to ID, which is, so it's gonna be author ID. It's gonna be changed into ID, and then we sort the table in ascending order by ID. Sort value. We use sort values function, and it's gonna be sort by ID ascending equal to true. So let's run that. Right, so here the output matches with the expected output. We submit this. So as you can see here, I solved this problem using MySQL, and this one is in Panda. Runtime 480 milliseconds, beats 74.01% of users with Pandas. Let's solve another problem. Invalid tweets. Let's take a look at the prompt statement. We are given a table called tweets. This table has 2 columns. Tweet ID is the primary key for this table. Our task is to find the IDs of the tweet. The tweet is if the number of characters used in the content of this tweet is strictly greater than 15. We can return the result table in any order. Here's the example. In tweets table, for tweet ID number 1, the content is vote for Biden. We'll get the length of this string. So tweet 1 has the length of 11 characters. So it is a valid tweet. So for tweet ID number 2, let us make America great again. This tweet has length of 32. It is an invalid tweet because it is greater than 15 characters. Here, the tweet is if the number of characters is strictly greater than 15. Alright, so let's solve this problem. Again, I'm going to create a data frame. In here, I'm going to define the requirement for the problem. And in this problem, we are working with string data type. So we'll use a string method, and it will be the content that we need to get the length of the string. So I'm going to access the data frame, tweets, the content column. So content, like I said, we're going to use the string method and to get the length, and the length has to be strictly greater than 15. All right, so let's print this real quick and take a look. So in our output, we see only tweet number 2 is invalid because it's greater than 15. And we need to return the ID of the tweet. So in order to do that, we are going to return this data frame that we just created, but we only need the tweet ID. So we need the tweet ID. So we just put the column name in here and let's run this. There we go, and we have it. It's submitted. All right, so runtime 591 milliseconds, beat 22.45% of users with Pandas, and I solved this problem with MySQL as well. So let's take a look at another one. And here is our problem statement. We're given a table called employees. This table has 3 columns: employee ID, name, and salary. Employee ID is the primary key for this table. Each row of this table indicates the employee ID, employee name, and salary. Our task is to calculate the bonus of each employee. The bonus of an employee is 100% of their salary if the ID of the employee is an odd number, right? Odd number like number 379. And the employee's name does not start with the character M. The bonus of an employee is 0 otherwise. And we need to return the result table ordered by employee ID. All right, let's take a look at the example. Here, employees table, employee ID number 23789, name and their salary. So let's take a look at the condition. The bonus of an employee is 100% of their salary. So the bonus will be equal to salary if the ID of the employee is an odd number. So if the employee ID mod 2 equal to 1 or not equal to 0. All right, so it's going to be 379 here, and then the employee's name does not start with M. So 3 start with M. So this employee will not get the salary, will not get the bonus. For 7, this employee's name does not start with M. So the bonus will be equal to salary. It's going to be 7400. And for employee number 9, this employee's name does not start with M, and the bonus is going to be 7700, like it is printed here in the output. All right, so let's solve this problem. Again, I'm going to create a data frame, and I will access this employee table. And in here, employee ID column, so employee and employee, and the condition is that the employee ID column, the value of the employee ID has to be odd number. So it's going to be mod 2 equal to 1. And I'm going to put this in parentheses. And the employee's name does not start with character M. So we are looking into the name column, and we will be working with string data type, and we will use string method. And index 0, like the first letter of the name. So in order to do that, an employee, again, we're going to access this table. The column is name, and we use string method and index 0. Index 0 is the first letter, not equal to M. All right, so I'm going to run this real quick and take a look at the data frame. So here we have employee ID 7 and 9, and name does not start with M, the salary, and the bonus should be this salary, right? We need to create a bonus column and assign all the value to be 0. And then after that, if the requirements are met, the bonus will be equal to salary. We'll assign the value to be salary. So first I'm going to create a bonus column equal to 0. If I print the employees data frame now, I will see the bonus column. Right here, as you can see, we have bonus column. And in here, I'm going to get the bonus column and assign it to be equal to salary column. And in order to do that, I will use lock get the bonus column. The bonus column we already created up here. So now we have the bonus column in employees data frame and assign this column to be salary. So now I'm going to create a data frame has these two columns. So employees will need employee ID and bonus, and we need to order by employee ID, and again we're going to use sort values method by employee ID in ascending order equal to true, and return this data frame. All right, let's run it. There we go. We have the output matches with the expected output. Let's submit that and make sure we don't have any edge cases. Runtime 512 milliseconds. It beats 72.54% of users with Pandas. All right. That is it for today. Thank you so much for watching, and I see you next time.